Well, Saturday afternoon yet again. Just past 2 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. It's a beautiful day here. Sun shining. Actually going to take the dog for a walk in a little while. Well, I said I'd give you an update on where we've got to. So from here it doesn't look too much different. But if we get underneath, well, actually I'll show you all the stuff on the floor. So this is the mounting point for the radius arm. I mean, I'd call it a trailing arm. Yeah, typically an arm that goes from front to back is a trailing arm. Actually, Aston Martin in the parts list call it a radius arm, but for me a radius arm normally comes from the centre of the car out. But anyway, we'll go with that. This is the piece of the floor. Now this actually holds the jacking point. The jacking point sits, so this goes here like this with some aluminium spacers. There's one, they're just inch diameter by an inch tall with a hole up the middle. I'll actually make some new of those on the lathe because they're corroded and I've had to cut through them because I couldn't undo the bolts, hence we've got 3 there. But that then goes through to this strengthening plate underneath, which just sits on this piece of plate underneath. Here and here are inner sill is, which way around have I got this? I think inner sill is there, and then this is the sort of box section of the chassis here, so it's taking the weight, you know, evenly across there. When I did the other side, I actually welded this plate in from the back end. So we'll just have a look underneath and see what we found. Now this side isn't anything like as bad as the other side, so hopefully you can see this. So we've taken out quite a lot, not huge amounts. Oh, I've zoomed in and that really isn't great for you, is it? That's better, I think. So, excuse me. Let's just come up and round and show you what we've got around here. Brake pipe, that's going to have to come off. Give me some space. Now on the other side, this bit here, which is the inner strengthening, had completely rotted away. I'm quite pleased on this one that actually we've got a semblance of it here. This is some of the floor. I've got to grind this off yet through the welds. This is a hole for on the mounting point of the radius arm here. You'll see a rivet there, and there's another one on the other side. Oh, there you are. You can see where it comes through there. You can see the 2 of them sticking up. And that's how you get them in the right place. Now I've got one there, but what I've done is I've taken a series of measurements from datum points. So when I get a new one and put it in, because I've only got one hole to get the front right, I can now measure accurately from different points that I'm not altering. Obviously in here it isn't too bad. You can't really see it. I've got to be careful here. I might have to take a little bit more off here, because where this lip is, where it's all fabricated and welded together, I've got to make sure I get rid of any corrosion. But I think I've gone quite a long way, and I'm to decent metal, which is good. Now here you'll see this is where the inner sill drops down at the back of here, and I've found, I was hoping I wasn't going to find this, but I had some work done on this 4 or 5 years ago. There was a little bit of a hole at the front of the wheel well in the back there, and if you look through, what you're looking at that's grey is a new piece of metal that the guys just welded over the hole. Welding over a rotten edge is no use whatsoever. You have to cut all the rot out and get back to good metal. Then you have to clean all around it and de-rust it in case and treat it from that. So I'm going to have to do more on the other side of this before I start doing this. But I am pleased that, yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it would. Well, it's better than the other side, as I thought it was going to be. Obviously, I've not attacked this yet. There's still some more to come off here. I've got to take a bit more off here and come back probably to about here, I think. And that'll be okay. So I'll have to reform just where the floor comes round there. But that's no problem. We can do that and get that in. And actually, you can just see here, this bit where it comes down here, that's a drain point. So we have to make sure that we don't weld across that. But and then we reform at the front, drop it down, and then the new piece comes across here to about this height actually, and then goes down and in. So we'll form that. So that's quite good. But as I was hoping, as I say, not to have to go in here, because Sorry, I'm just turning around. Down here, you can actually see where he's welded the plate. You can just see a line that goes across here, and that is. See if I can turn the torch on. That's where he's put that on. Now, I was hoping I was going to get away without having to do that. The other side was that bad I had to take the whole side skirt off all the way down, and that's got these pries off. These are on sticky pads, double-sided sticky, and then there are a couple of screws there. But where it goes all the way along there, the door opening, it's double-sided tape effectively. It's double-sided foam. It's almost like number plate foam. And then at the front, on the front wing, is again like this. Take that off and unbolt it. But it's a bit of a pain to get off. You have to heat along there. You've got to make sure you don't overheat it so the paint doesn't bubble and so on. The other side had been put back on badly when somebody had done some work on it, so I was quite happy to take that off. This actually hasn't been. I'm quite okay with this side, so I'm hoping I can work in here using an air saw and hammer and chisel and whatever I need to, but without making too much of a mess. But I have got to dig into it properly, because if he's done that, then we need to uncover the whole lot to find out exactly. So I may end up taking the side off. I don't know. We'll see. So that's where we are now, and I guess that we'll carry on, and I'll do some more tidying up and getting ready to. Well, again, I need to dig all this lot out, so I'll have a blow lamp in there and scrape the under seal off, and then see what we can get to and grind through there. So whether that'll be today or not, in fact it won't be, because we are going to go and take the dog for a walk in a minute. So there you go, I've got to have a family life as well. Hope you enjoyed watching that. Any questions, and put them in the comments underneath. Absolutely great. Cheers. Bye bye.